How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video of the Hunter FPV goggles by FT Model Technology. Taking a look at the outside of the box, it tells you some vital information like what's included here, and also on the opposite side it tells you all the specs. The weight is 258 grams. The dimensions, the screen size is 5 inches. Monitor is 16 by 9. Resolution is 800 by 480. And the video format is NTSC and PAL. And the receiver is 40 channels. And the working voltage is 7 volts to 15 volts, which will take 2S batteries to 4S batteries. And the operating temperature and the power dissipation. So let's go and open up the box and see what we got. Okay. All right. First, we got a bag of goodies. Looks like the AV out cord and the battery cables and the antenna. And the goggles itself comes in a little bag. Let's take it out and check this out. It's really nice. It's got that nice velvety coating on the outside, so it feels real good. And it's pretty light, very light, I must say. It's got the logo right here. Oh man, it's looking really nice. It's got 3 audio jacks over here. One of them is a headphone jack. Audio video out and audio video in. So we have in and out, guys. That's really nice. And the straps itself is pretty sturdy looking straps, or feels strong. And there's the battery connector right there, and 3 buttons on the top. The one in the middle says M, that must be the menu, plus and minus. This is just a little nothing there, and the antenna hookup right there. So let's check it out. All right, it's a little flexible antenna, but it'll work. So let's go ahead and check out its functions now. Oh, one more thing inside here. I have a little bag with a couple of Velcro adhesive tabs, probably for the battery. And there's something else in here. Oh, the sponge, the facial sponge. Oh, nice. Let's see. There's a slightly thicker one and a slightly thinner one. So whichever you choose, you can stick it on and it'll feel good. It looks very nice and soft. Oh yeah, it's got a nice velvety texture to the inside, and of course the 3M tape on the other side. So we'll put one of these on to see how it feels like. Okay, I put the facial sponge protector on here. I've tried the thinner one and I put it up against my face, and I could see a little light coming through right here. So I put the fatter one and tried it out, and it works just fine. So I went ahead and removed the adhesive backing thingy and just slapped it on, and it feels really good. It has a nice velvety texture out here, like I said, so it's really nice on your face. Also, this goggles did not come with a battery, and it came with a T-plug, which I don't have any batteries for. So I've kind of cut the cord and put a JST plug at the end so I can use my Tarantula batteries. This is my old Tarantula batteries, and it does the job. So just got to match up the red and the black, and plug it in, and that turns on the goggles itself. And in the back of the strap, there's a small little holster in the back, as you can see here. I'm going to shove the battery right in there, and it fits perfectly. So there you go. Now I got power for the goggles. Okay, now we got everything powered up, and I have a little micro VTX right here on top of my JGRC H22, and it's powered on, and it's pointing towards the box, but I don't have the frequency adjusted yet. So what I'm going to do is hit that menu button and long press it, and it should automatically search for the channel that is the strongest. So let's do that. Oop, it just skipped one, and there you go. That's the automatic search and stop, and whatever the strongest signal it finds, it'll lock on it. So that's a really nice feature, guys. You don't have to mess with it. All you got to do is down hold the menu button for a while, and it changes to that frequency that you want. Now let's hit that minus button and see what it does. It just goes down in brightness and by 10% increments. Up on the far left top corner is the working voltage, and on the right is the frequency, and on the byte is the brightness. Bottom is the brightness, which I'm moving, and hit that menu button. I am in the contrast level, and went back to the brightness, the contrast. You can adjust the contrast by going up and down by 1 increments this time. And let's hit that menu again. It is the color saturation. So let's hit that minus, and it goes by 1 increments as well, 1% increments. And let's go back up to 50 and hold it there and hit that channel setting, and let's go down in channels. There, it gets weaker and weaker, and let me hit that plus. It gets stronger and stronger, and then weaker and weaker. So channel 10 was the locked in channel, so then we're going to leave it right there. And that's about it for the controls on the menu. And we do have the audio video in and out, so you use that provided audio video cable, and you can hook it up to your computer, you can hook it up to your TV probably, and you can do the output onto something else like a DVR perhaps. Hook it up and you can record your flights on this thing as well. So that's really nice. This thing does not have a built-in DVR, so you have to either record somewhere else or get yourself a little DVR or portable DVR and use the video out to record. Maybe you can splice the power from the power cord itself and put the DVR somewhere up here, and you got yourself a DVR for your FPV flights. All right, so now let's go ahead and take it outside and do a little flight test out on the field, a field test rather, and see if this thing holds up and see how this thing works. Let's go. Okay, I got it all set up now. I'm going to be using my phone to record the actual visual screen of the Hunter FPV goggles, and I will be flying my XKX 251 with the all-in-one VTX right on the top, the JF01. So let's go. I'm going to be doing the flight using my Fat Shark goggles, and I'll be also recording on my Fat Shark goggles as well. Okay, here we are. We're taking a look at the recorded video from my phone directly onto the Hunter goggles itself. Oh, there's a big static there. I was pretty nearby, but I don't understand why such a big static there. going behind the car, coming around the other side, and I'm surprised. The quality of the screen is really nice on this Hunter goggles here. The color is nice, and the pixels are very tiny. You can barely make it out. Well, a couple of big disturbances there. We are turning around here. Those little bushes that you see on the left, that is 100 meters away from the car. And we are continuing to get all of that white balance type of static. I think what it is there's a static and then the white balance is trying to catch up to it. Something like that. There you go again. A little static, and the white balance is trying to catch up to that static disturbance. Okay, passing through the back of the car, that you saw some static there, but right now it's really nice, and the color is really nice on this Hunter goggles. I'm very surprised, and the price is very reasonable too. Now here we are going towards the 100-meter bush one more time, turning around it, and this time it's doing really well. There's no disturbance that much anyway. There's a couple of them there. Now I'm going to land it right around here, and on the next segment what I'm going to do is a side-by-side comparison. I'm going to use this same clip on the left, and I'm going to do the Fat Shark DVR recorded video on the right. So let's go take a look at that. Here we go. There you have it. On the right, there is the Fat Shark DVR recorded video, and on the left is the same clip that we have just seen just a minute ago. As you can see, there's a little bit more static on the Hunter goggles, and the color on the Hunter goggles is really nice, huh? But then keep in mind that the Fat Shark goggles video on the right is the DVR recorded video and not the actual view of the Fat Shark goggles itself. So keep that in mind. So the Hunter goggles is still seeing a lot of that flash, but the Fat Shark goggles just has a little bit of minor static lines, as you can see here. Now when we're coming back, there's a little bit more on the Hunter. The Fat Shark goggles is doing a lot better here, but there's minor static lines. Now when we're going towards the car, and when we make this U-turn right behind of the car, where the car is blocking the transmission of the VTX to the goggles. Now as you can see here, the Hunter goggles is doing a lot better than the Fat Shark goggles. That's amazing. And I also have a little bit, well, almost the same type of antenna on the Fat Shark goggles as I do on the Hunter goggles. So the playing field is almost identical here. Okay, so we're making a little turn here again on the 100-meter bush, and both of them is doing pretty good. A couple of disturbance on the left. Okay, now we're going to come in for a landing, and what I'm going to do on the next clip here is I'm going to be wearing the Hunter goggles, and I'm just going to be recording the video on the Fat Shark goggles. So take a look at that. Okay, now I got the H22 with the 798 VTX, and I'm recording the session with my Fat Shark goggles. So I'll leave that down here, and I've got the Hunter goggles on my head, so we'll check it out. All right, now we have the JJRC H22 with the FX798T VTX, and there's a lot less static for sure. It's a little bit better VTX than the previous one that I was using on the XKX251, the JF01 VTX. So this one has a little bit better filter to cut away the static. There I go, trying to go between the car and myself. The clarity on the Hunter goggles is pretty good, and the accuracy is very, very good. So now I'm getting a little bit more confident using the big screen goggles here, and trying to go in between things here, and I'm getting a little bit more confident on that. So there we go. That's a nice little pass there. These goggles are pretty good. I'm recommending these goggles. I highly recommend it. If you are in the market for some new goggles, FPV goggles, this one thing I really like about these goggles too is that you can down press the menu button for a little bit and it locks onto the strongest 5.8 gigahertz signal, and it locks in. And it also has the plus and minus buttons to change frequencies and channels, so you could actually be flying FPV with somebody else that is using another goggles. So that's really nice. Now here I go, making sure that I can go through the doors right there. That was pretty good. So these goggles are really nice. Everything is good. I thought I do have my I-Ching goggles as well, and I quite don't like it as much as my Fat Shark. So I've been using my Fat Shark all this time, but you know, this Hunter goggles is giving me a new look at this big screen goggles, and it is very accurate. I can make out everything, and it is very clear. So it's a really nice goggles, guys. So here I am, almost down to the end of the battery life, and we're going to probably come to a landing right around here. So thanks for watching, and subscribe and share, and have a great day.